Alright guys, now what I want to do is I want to show you how to configure the sidebar that appears on your blog posts. So to do that, we'll come up here and we'll click Exit Visual Builder. And we'll come down here and we'll click on the blog post we created. And over here is your sidebar. You can see we have a search box, recent posts, recent comments, categories, archives, and meta. And these are actually widgets. And what we can do is we can configure which widgets we're going to show and which ones we won't show by going to the widgets menu. And what I want to do is I want to get rid of the search box. I want to keep recent posts and I want to keep recent comments, but I want to get rid of categories, archives, and meta. So we're going to come up here and I'm going to right click and we'll open the dashboard. We'll slide this over. And once we're on the dashboard, we'll come down to Appearance and we'll click Widgets. And this is the widgets menu. Over here you can see is our sidebar, and we can collapse this. We also have a footer area 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'll open this up, and to delete a widget, just open it up here and click delete. And I'm going to keep recent posts and recent comments, but I'm going to get rid of categories. So we'll delete that. Archives and meta. And don't worry, it doesn't delete the widget completely from your website. They all are over here. Here's archives, categories, recent comments, recent posts, and down here is search. So if you ever have to put them back, you know where they are. So now if I come back to the blog post and refresh, you can see we have recent posts and recent comments. Now what I want to do is I want to add a Facebook widget up here that will allow people to like our Facebook page and get to our Facebook page from our blog post here. So we're going to come back here and we'll come down on the left to plugins and we'll click Add New. And here you can see is a search plugins box over here. So I'm going to type in Facebook widget. And you can see it came up with 1,755 items. And if I scroll down here, you can see there are quite a few Facebook plugins. So I want to narrow this down. I actually know the name of the plugin author who created the Facebook widget I want to use. So I'm going to put his name in here. And here's the Facebook widget right here. You can see it has over 100,000 active installations and 5 stars out of 159 reviews. That's pretty awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here and click the Install Now button. And then we'll click Activate. And now you can see the Facebook widget has been installed and activated. So we'll come back to Appearance and Widgets. And the Facebook widget is right here. Now there's 2 ways to install it into the sidebar. We can click on it. And here it allows you to choose which area you want to install the widget in. You can see these are the footer areas over here. By default, it stays at sidebar when you click open. So we'll come down here and we'll click Add Widget. And now you can see it was added over here. I'm going to go ahead and delete that because I want to show you the second way to install it into the sidebar. And that is to just click it, hold, and just drag it over. And let go. And now you can see it's installed in the sidebar. And now we can configure the settings. I like this title, so I'm going to keep that. I don't need this, so I'm going to go ahead and delete it. Here's where you put in your Facebook page URL. I'm just going to use the WordPress Facebook page for an example. So I'll type WordPress. Here you can choose to show the timeline, events, or messages. I'll keep it on timeline. Here we can configure whether we want to show posts from the page timeline, which I will. We could hide the cover photo. Show friends' faces, I want to do that. We could show a small header, adapt the plugin container with, and we can change the width and the height of the plugin. We could even add some custom CSS. So I'm going to leave it like that. And once we're ready, we'll click Save. And now if I go back to the page and refresh, there's our Facebook widget. And we can go to page like, WordPress. And here's the post. It's showing the post from the timeline. Pretty cool. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to move this up to the top. So if we go back to the widgets, I'll collapse this. All I have to do is click on it and drag up and let go. And now if I refresh the page, you can see it shows up at the top now. That looks good.